see the credibility and validity of an article that you have been searching about. And you're going to do this using five different aspects, and that is independent versus self-interested, um, multiple sources versus one source, verifies versus asserting, informed versus uninformed, and then named versus unnamed. So we've been looking into three articles, and the first one was entitled "Vicious Assault Shakes Texas Down," and basically this one was published in 2011 through New York Times, and it is independent first of all because it's reporting something that has happened without any self-interest. It's just letting people of Texas know the incident that has been happening in the neighborhood of a young teenager who was raped by her colleagues actually at school. Um, and when we come at sources, we see that the article has uh, a few numbers of sources, not only just one source, and that is we have New York Times, you have the Houston Chronicle, and so if an article is independent and it is from several sources, that makes it more credible and valid. Um, when we come to verifying versus asserting, we see that the article is well verified because the information that is provided is verified by policemen, uh, by witnesses that were around there, by the neighbors in the neighborhood. So that also provides an image that is credible into someone who's reading the story. Coming on the authority and information, the article is well informed because it includes many people who were there: the victim herself, the suspect, the student who saw the video and showed it to the teacher, and basically it provides the whole picture of what happened and what happened next, because we see that suspects were later arrested and the victim had to move to another town, and the neighbors were shaken because of what has happened in the town. And lastly, another aspect that we see is the source, or people in the article, are they named? And yes, they are named because you see the elementary school students who reported the video. He was named. We saw Shayla Harrison, who is 48, and she was named as well. And we saw the Houston Chronicle, which was named as well. So um all these section of an article provided in this article shows that it can be credible and valid, and it provides enough evidence to trust the source. Going on, the second story is titled "Apple Announces iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus, the biggest advancements in iPhone history," and it is from Apple Press Info and was published in 2014. And this one is self-interested because Apple is trying to sell off, obviously, their iPhone and iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus, because they're like marketing it. They're telling people, we have this now, it works like this, it has this and this, so you have to buy it. We going on the sources. It has several sources because it has been providing. Um, though it has one source because it is from just Apple Press Info. Though it also provides different websites to refer to when you want to know more about the iPhone, but it just has one source. Mm, while on the verification aspect, we have this source of information is verified because they back up what they're saying with evidence, such as providing the website to find information that they're talking about, the prices, the details about the iPhone 6 that just got out. And we saw that this source or article is well informed because they provide each single detail, the color details, the size of the new phone that is out, the pricing details, and they even provide, as I said before, a website to go to look for more or further information. Going on the named and unnamed source, the source of this article is very named because it's Apple Press Info, and this makes it more accountable or credible, if I may say. Going on the last story, which is "Grief and Protest Follow Shooting of a Teenager," and this is from New York Times, and it was published in 2014. And this article is written independently as it is trying to show the people, the readers, what happened to the teenager, what who shot, and why was the teenager shot, and basically it's not anything to do with self-interest. It's just independently um, letting know people what is happening and what is going on. Going on the sources, this article is written with the help of several sources, such as Esther Haywood, president of the NAACP in St. Louis and New York and the New York Times. So it has multiple sources, and this makes it more trustworthy. When you go on the verification and assertion aspect of the article, the news is being reported by Mr. Brown, and it's reporting about Mr. Brown who was killed, and it was verified because the policeman affirmed that the incident happened. So that is one aspect of verifying something, and that makes it more reliable again. The article seems to be well informed because um, there is information from several people, and when several people bring together the same information, and you can trust it because the policeman says it happened. Esther Haywood, the president of NAACP, said it happened. So all these different sources, which are even named, makes articles be more credible and reliable. So, summing up, whenever you want to see whether an article is credible or valid, make sure that the article is independent, the article has multiple sources, the article verifies what is being said instead of assuming, the article provides evidence of what is being said, the article is well informed, and the sources that are named. So, all these facts will help you know that the article reading is credible and valid and that you can trust it. Thank you so much for following up with me. If you have any question, please refer to this video and come back to me. Thank you.